Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. I'd figure what better way to start off the year than do a room tour. It seems like that's the thing nowadays when the new year starts, but I've never done one. This would be my first one. What I will be doing is probably separating these out into two separate parts, as I have two separate rooms where I keep most of my collectibles. So, without further ado, join me and here in this tour. So we'll start off with this first room. It's not that big, but this is mainly where I keep most of my Transformers and my Marvel pieces. So as you come in, on the entrance, there is this Detolf that's got a couple of Transformers in it, but you come in, the door's right there. You see my Optimus Prime there. There's some Spider-Man posters there and a cool Transformers piece. You come in, there's some little poster on the wall there. It's actually a comic book I put on a frame, a Lego Mjolnir, and my, just to give you a brief outlook of what this whole thing looks like. This is a couple of Besta units put together with some doors and some Amazon lights. That's my main pride and joy of my Transformers collection. And then as you turn here, you go in, you turn to the left, there's this cool poster of, this is an IDW poster that I got a while back from a comic book store years ago. And there's another detail there in the center with some Transformers stuff. And then as you turn here to the left, we have my Marvel collection, which is mostly made up of quarter scale pieces, some 1/10 scale, and some Hot Toys as well. And you guys can see I put in some comic books there to spice up the wall behind them. And then down here, these are very similar to Detolfs, but they're actually called Stulas. I got these a while back from IKEA. They're about 19 inches in depth, so they're a little deeper than the Bestas where I keep my Transformers. So these are a little better for statues. And you see a couple of 1/10 scale pieces and quarter scale there. So anyway, so that's the room. It's not that big. I do have some lights. Again, most of the lighting, actually all the lighting is from IKEA. And what I'll do is just to give you guys better visibility is I'll turn on the light in the room. And that should help out tremendously. So, to start off, as I said, you come in through the room, first thing you see is boom, Transformers poster, which is mainly what I'm into. This is a reproduction poster that I got a while back from eBay, I believe. But it was years ago that I got this. Here we have the Robosen Optimus Prime. I did do a video on that. The 3-0 Deluxe Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. There's that. I'm hoping to be able to get the premium scale Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. Hopefully by the end of this month that should come in. And that'll be another addition to my Optimus Prime collection. Down here looking at the detail itself, I have modified this with lights and I added some additional shelving. But you can open this just to get a better look. And in here we have the Quintesson Pit of Judgment there. This is all Transformers. I added some additional judges there. The Sharkticons, and then the, what's this one is called the Alicon, I believe. So yeah, just to give it a bit more depth. And then continuing from there is the Studio Series Hot Rod along with Cup. They're fighting off the Sharkticons. Of course, this was done on my end to try to mimic those scenes from the 1986 Transformers animated movie, which is one of my favorites. Moving on down, it's a recently added shelf here. I added this because I've become a pretty big fan of these Bumblebee movie Studio Series designs. I think they look really cool. So these are all my Autobots. I believe I've done reviews for all of these on the channel, except for the Optimus Prime there, but I thought these deserved its own section, so I gave them that. Moving on down here on the Detolf is the A Hero is Born 2-pack from Hasbro, Alpha Trion and Orion packs there with Vector Sigma Really cool set, so I just decided to include that there. Back there, you'll see Masterpiece Bumblebee. This was the original one that came out a couple of years ago. He's now relegated to his alt mode in the back because obviously I have the new one. Same thing here with Starscream. I have him in his jet mode because I have the new Masterpiece ones, and I wanted to keep these in his alt mode. And down here, these are just some G2 transformers that I found in my attic while cleaning up. That's Bumblebee, Beachcomber, Sea Spray, and Cliff Jumper. They've got this cool like metallic deco thing going on, so I just have them there. And then down here, I have my one of my few third-party Masterpiece toys. This is from MMC. This is what they call, I believe, their Assaultus. This is technically Brutica, so it's all the Combaticons combined. And down there you see a Generation Starscream. But this Bruticus is just awesome. It does have the kit with the feet upgrades, the different head and the chest to mimic, I guess, more the toy. And I think it gives him a bit more height, and he does tend to look a little better with that kit. Definitely great job by MMC. I ended up getting this because I didn't really see Takara or Hasbro coming up with Masterpiece, combiners at this point. I know they've done the Trainbot so far, but I don't know how long it'll be before, if they even decide to do Combaticons in the Masterpiece scale. But that is a really cool combiner. So as we close this and move on to the room, right here on the left, I decided to put my Lego Mjolnir here on the wall. This is a 3D printed hanger that I bought. I can't recall the name of the company, but you kind of just screw it on there and it holds a hammer in place. And then I decided to double-sided tape I used to put this on the wall and have Thor hanging there, flying, and all the other things. A really cool display piece. Right here on the left is that's just an IDW comic book with the mini bots. I didn't want to leave this space all plain looking, so I decided to add that. And then onto the main attraction here for me in the room is these Bestas. Starting up here at the very top, we have some boxed figures. I think those are reissues. Those Transformers are reissues from a couple of years back. I think they may have done that for the 20th anniversary. I had them out, but because of room, I just decided to put them back on the box and display them on the box. And because I love the artwork for A Hero Is Born set so much, I just decided to keep the box and have that display up there. Really cool. Staying on the top, we have I guess what it's undoubtedly my main my grail, I guess, is the HasLab Unicron. I have him up there in his stand in robot mode. I've also had him in planet mode. Awesome figure to have. It's like once in a lifetime for me. I never thought I'd be able to afford something like this, and B, that Hasbro would ever make this. So it's awesome that this even exists. It's really cool. I did have to take the extra foot in the back of the stand off so that he could fit on top of the Besta, but he's very stable, no issues or anything like that. And then down here, I just put in the Galvatron with that deco where he's transforming from Megatron into Galvatron, again from the 86 movie. I figure it'd be appropriate for this guy to be there with Unicron. And then as we move to the left here, we have the Arc. I mainly bought this just to display in Arc mode. I am looking to perhaps get a acrylic stand for it to display him more in like a flight mode. But for now, I'm very happy with the way that looks in there. And then moving on down, we'll start off in these cases with these glass doors. As I mentioned, these are all from IKEA. You can get this in various configurations and sizes and put them together as you wish. And I still need to clean up some of my lighting, sorry, and these are all from Amazon at some point. But to start off at the top, you see my Studio Series Dinobots. Again, awesome that they're making these. I did have a bit of an issue with Sludge there on the left having some loose joints, but I was able to fix those. And now I'm just waiting for the other two, for Soup and Snarl. So, the whole team will be complete. Down here, combination of Earthrise, Siege, Kingdom, even some Titans Returns. But there you see Jetfire. I won't go through all of them. Of course, Optimus Prime with the Teletron computer. That is a transformer that came with the Ark. You see Huffer back there standing on top of Optimus's trailer. One highlight for me was finally getting that Cosmos. I think I did do a review on it. I did not get that locally. I ended up having to order that from overseas, but I'm glad I finally have it in my collection. Jazz, of course, Studio Series, Mirage. Really cool to have all these, and I'm glad. I believe I recently heard that they may be remaking some of these smaller mini bots from Titans Return. Beachcomber here is I think awesome figure. I think he looks right. He just needs to be upscaled just a little bit. But Brawn, etc. But this looks really cool. I like the way this looks, and I do have a bit of room when new ones get announced to add them in here. My other plan was perhaps once I get all 5 Dinobots to put them here to the left of Unicron. But that's my Autobot shelf on this side, and then on to the right, I decided to make a Autobot shelf from the movie, the animated movie itself, so you guys could see all the characters from that movie, at least the ones that I have. You have Ultra Magnus, Perceptor, Blaster back there, RC, Blur, Rodimus Prime. You can see his trailer in the back there. Springer, Wheelie, Spike in Exosuit, I believe that's that guy. And then right there I have Wreck-Gar, and he is riding on a Junkion. And I do have some extra room back there for additional figures. I know I have a couple of, actually have the new Junkion that was announced in pre-order. So definitely has some room to grow there. So that's the Autobot, I guess, in Deluxe or Studio Series collection so far. And then we'll keep on moving here to the right. And we'll open these doors. And right here is pretty much my Decepticons. We'll start off here to continue with the 86 movie theme. We have Galvatron here on the left. We have the Scourge, and I decided to buy 2 more just to have Scourge in the sweeps type thing. I know they did release a Studio Series one, which I don't have. Maybe down the line, if that's still available, I may get one. But for now, I'm happy with these 3. And then right here on the right, we have Cyclonus. Awesome figure. On the top here on this glass shelf, we have the Coronation Starscream with, the cape and the the throne there, and a little additional, the crown. But that's pretty much just Earthrise Starscream with those extra accessories. And then right here, he is not part of the 86 movie, but for now, this is where he's standing. This is G-Axis, which I did a review on. That is an awesome figure. I thought Hasbro Takara did a great job with that toy. And then moving on, I guess this would be my deluxe size G1, I guess, shelf. If we start on from the bottom here, we have the Stunticons. I'm still waiting on the other 2, Breakdown, and I forget the other guy's name. But I have these 3. Motormaster's back there. I have his trailer. He's all ready to go. I'm just waiting for the other 2 to be released so I can have Menasor completed. The Triple Changers, Astro Train, and Blitzwing. Awesome figures. The Coneheads back there, Ramjet, Thirst, and Dirge. We have Soundwave, we have Reflector. This is the Netflix Soundwave. And here's the, I believe this was the 35th anniversary animation style Megatron. Up here we have Runabout and Run Amok along with Shockwave from Siege. Really cool. I believe these two on the left and the right were from Earthrise. And then up here, some Earthrise and Kingdom and some Legacy. Well, the Insecticons, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe Kickback is from Legacy. But Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker all from Earthrise. It was nice to have those there. So yeah, that's pretty much my deluxe size, I guess, and movie series Decepticon shelves. So we'll close these and move on down here. Oops. And down here I have my Masterpiece Decepticons on these two shelves directly underneath my deluxe size ones. We'll start off here. These are the cone heads. Again, Masterpiece cone heads. I got all three of these on a sale about a year ago. I thought that they were at a price that I could justify them. These do need to be updated, so maybe we will get updates on them. Some of the articulation is not that well, and they're a bit like loose, you know, but they're not too bad, so I decided to add them to the collection. We have here Shockwave Masterpiece style, so really cool. There, I do need to get, I hope they make a more official Masterpiece Decepticons, because it's looking a little bare for now. But then as we move here on the left, awesome to finally have all three of the Seekers, the Masterpiece Seekers, Skywarp, Starscream, and Thundercracker. They look awesome. The transformations are great. Really no issues on my end, so I was very happy to finally be able to complete that trio. We move on down here, and we have, of course, Megatron. You can't have a Decepticon shelf without Megatron the leader. We have Soundwave and his cassettes. Ravage, Rumble, Frenzy, Busso, and Laserbeak. The only one I don't have is Ratbat. I was trying to see if I can get a knockoff, but I don't know. I don't know if I can buy a knockoff, but we'll see. It seems like at this point that if I need a Ratbat, that's the only way I'm going to get one. But that's the Decepticon shelf. So I'll close these. And then we'll move on down here to what is my Masterpiece Autobot shelf. So we'll open these two doors up. And starting on here, and this is directly below my Autobots. So right here we have Trax, RC, Hot Rod, which such a missed opportunity with that one. The proportions are a little off, and his limbs are loose on mine. So, but he looks all right. I think they could have done a better job too with the backpack. And then down here, more awesome Autobots. My favorite MP44. That's such an awesome looking toy. Sideswipe, Sunstreaker. There's the new version of Bumblebee. I know people are not too crazy about the feet, neither am I, but I think he looks awesome. They're all in pose. Prowl. You have that Masterpiece, essentially Rodimus Prime, that can also transform into Hot Rod. That is the US version. One of the arms is broken and the knees are very iffy. That's another toy that I think needs a redo in the Masterpiece line. And of course we have Ultra Magnus there. Cool figure. Hound here, awesome looking figure. But I checked it the other day, and one of the his feet on the back, there's like a crack by one of the joints already, and I've barely touched that thing. So really disappointed in that because it's such a cool looking figure in both modes, but it's just sad that it's kind of just sitting there breaking. And then, you know, we have Ironhide back there. And then as we move on the left here, again, more Autobots, more Masterpiece stuff. You'll see that there is a bit of third party there. But we have Blue Streak, Ratchet, Red Alert, and then, you know, Inferno, Grapple. There's the Masterpiece Grimlock that I do hope at some point you're planning on redoing. But, you know, we have the Studio Series, so I'm not sure what kind of priority they have. There's Smokescreen and, Wheeljack. And this is third party, essentially First Aid. So as I said, I have as you saw before earlier, I do have the third, the Bruticus, so I'm all in to getting their Protectobot so I can have their Defensor from MMC. Again, great job by MMC on this third-party combiners. At least they fit really well with what I'm looking for. So that is my Autobot shelf right there, my masterpiece Autobot shelf. And then directly underneath, we have, of course, more Transformers. And we'll start off with my really messy shelf here on the bottom left. This is, I guess, my overflow slash shelf that I need to redo. You'll see just a bit of a jumble mess, some combiners there in the back. But essentially, this is a shelf where all the figures that I have doubles of kind of go and retire in their alt mode. So for example, I have Studio Series Hot Rod, so I didn't feel a need to have this other Hot Rod in robot mode. So transformed him into his vehicle mode and kind of put him here for display. And it's the same thing with all those other figures, you see, all the other Autobot cars you see back there. Jazz, that's like Reveal the Shield. Wheeljack, same thing. Warpath, because I have the Kingdom Warpath. That guy kind of went back there. You'll see some G2 Constructicons. I also found these upstairs when I was cleaning up in my attic. So I decided to sort of display them there. I'm missing, I think, at least two more, but that's all the ones that I could find. There's the Unicron stand that he comes with. I have, for now, this is where the Bumblebee movie, Soundwave, awesome robot mode, really terrible alt mode. But this is my little Soundwave, shrine to this guy. Here's the Soundwave from the War for Cybertron video game. So, and then there's Ravage from the Bumblebee movie. And then down here, again, it's a bit of a mishmash of things. We have, again, some War for Cybertron, Megatron, and Ultra Magnus. We have IDW Springer. There's Jetfire and Blitzwing. Of course, these guys are now down here because I have better versions of displayed in my main collection. We have Abominus, which is from Titan's Return, from the whole Combiners War. That has a couple of upgrades. A lot of these combiner toys from back then, in all honesty, they needed all these upgrades to look somewhat okay. And in the case of Menasor here, he needed a whole bunch of upgrades just to be able to stand. And even then, he can't hold a pose to save his life. That whole head, that torso you see there, that's all third party. The hands, the feet, and then it's a whole different alternate configuration. In all honesty, once I get the current Menasor all set up, this one will either be sold or retired, put away somewhere to make room. This figure, in all honesty, I don't even know why I bought it. I guess I was enamored by the car modes, the individual bots, they're okay. But I, as a combiner, it was just straight up not good. You see Perceptor back there from Titan's Return. Here is Motor Masters from Legacy. That's his trailer. So just waiting on the other two to come in. Right here on the right, we have Trypticon. Again, awesome figure. The only thing I haven't done with this guy, I did not put any of the stickers on. Just felt he looked better, at least to me, without the stickers. You see him there shooting fire. And I decided to put a couple of Decepticons in their alt modes, just flying around him, sort of helping him lead the charge against the Autobots. You'll see here some, these are Unite Warriors Combaticons. Once I got the MMC version, I really didn't feel a need to have these in Bruticus mode or in their robot mode. So here they are in their alt modes. There's Blastoff, which I put on like a little stand so that he could look like he's flying next to Trypticon. And then some Seekers from Generations. You see one Skywarp Thundercracker, and then you see a Conehead back there. But I think that came out really well. Looks really cool. And then moving on here, staying on the bottom, we'll open these two other shelves. And essentially here it's my combiners, Decepticons for the most part. So here's the Titan class Predaking. Awesome figure. I'm really happy with it. It does have some upgrades. The wings are much larger. The hands are now articulated. And there's some fillers on the side for the torso because this guy was a little thin on the torso part. But once I had those on, I was really happy with it. I like the size, the heft. He's got good presence. And he's flanked or surrounded by a bunch of, here's a Rainmakers set. And some Generations cone heads that, again, decided to put them there to fill out the, the look. And then directly to the right of him is the big boy, Devastator. Awesome, awesome combiner again, Titan class combiner there. He does again have upgrades. He has forearms, hands, different head. These things, these black things here on the directly on the shoulders to make him a bit more bigger and more proportioned. And the foot on the left on the cab is a must because the original one was fairly small and it looked kind of silly. But once he has all those, this thing is just awesome. There he is harassing Parole Mirage from, I think that's Generations. We have the Siege Seekers. These are the Tetrajets back there. We have a Skywarp about to shoot down Wheelie there from Titans Returns. We have Starscream sort of going at it with Takara Legends Blur. We have Thundercracker back there just flying around. There's Arcee from Takara Legends. And we have the, this is Takara Legends Cup punching out the Siege Soundwave. But yeah, I try to sort of add that in there to give it a bit more ambience. So that's it for the Bestas. I really like the way this whole Besta combination came out. I'm really happy. And I do have a bit more room to grow into it if need be. And then as we go here, directly on the top, there's an IDW poster that I got from a comic book store. And then you see Titan class Omega Supreme. Awesome looking figure. He's joined by Skylynx. Again, I love the fact that we're now, I'm getting a chance to get all these awesome figures that when I was younger I couldn't afford. And down here we have Bumblebee from his Cybertron mode. And then we're going to open his Detolf. And then down here we have what I refer to as my Optimus Prime shrine. Is a Masterpiece MPO1. This is a US version that supposedly had some battle damage to him. But you could see him there. There's the, I think, 35th anniversary animation style Optimus Prime, which is essentially the Siege mold with some different deco coloring. There's the Netflix Optimus Prime, which is essentially the Earthrise version with some darker reds and blues. The War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, and of course MP10 in his alt mode with his trailer. So I just want to have that there. Down here, section of the shelf that probably will change, but this was mainly my combiner Dinobots. These guys do combine into Volcanicas. I've never combined them into that mode. I bought them initially because I thought they were really cool and I finally had to have a whole set. He is there with Unite Warriors, Superion. He does have some upgrades like the thigh fillers, the chest, and the hands. That's the Japanese version. But again, it looks really awesome. I think that's probably one of the better combiners from that time. And you guys could see there, I believe those were some G2 Dinobots. I also found those, that Slag and that Snarl there upstairs, so I decided to display them there. And then down here, to round out and close out the Transformers collection, is Big Boy Metroplex. There he is in all his glory.
You'll see some robots around him. Scamper that came with him. This little red guy came with Omega Supreme, six gun, and six shot down here. We have Gold Bug. Yeah, but he fit in the detail pretty well. I was quite surprised. I mean, you can't really get him in dynamic poses. But I think where I have him with all those different robots, I think he looks really cool. And that's pretty much it for the Transformers. And then as we go here, guys, to the left, you'll see my Marvel stuff. For the most part, Marvel. Um, I will be honest with you, my collection severely lacking in DC at this point. I'm hoping I'll be able to correct it at some point, but who knows, with space running at a premium. But we'll start off here on the left. And right here we have the Breaker of Brimstone Thor. Sorry about that, from Sideshow. This is I guess around a quarter scale statue. I think it is a bit undersized though. But there's the base. I believe that's supposed to be Surtur. Sorry about that, guys. Um, Here is the symbiote, however you pronounce that suit. Again, this is another statue from Sideshow. They did an awesome job, I think, with this statue. And you'll see I tried to stick posters that had to do, not posters, but comic books that had to do with that particular statue. At least I tried my best. Here is the Sideshow Silver Surfer. I just had to have a Silver Surfer in my collection, and I was really happy with this. This also came with Nova, which has a light up, and it looks awesome. I actually love the pose of this guy. I know a lot of folks wanted like a more dynamic pose, but I think the pose that he's in, he looks very strong, very regal. You know, so I think it definitely fits apart. And then down here we move one over, is the quarter scale Thanos from the Infinity War. There, this is an Iron Studios piece. It does have that gauntlet that lights up, and that is battery powered. I thought it was pretty clever the way they did that, rather than having wiring running through the whole statue. But that's really cool. And the weakest part of this statue is this base. It looks just okay, but I thought for the price at that time they could have done a little better. But the statue itself is not so bad. Then I decided to pair him up with Hot Toys Endgame Thanos there in all his glory with his armor. I did do, I think, a video on that guy. And then next to him, more MCU pieces. We have, again, from Iron Studios, Captain America from Endgame, with his Mjolnir on one hand and a broken shield. And then as you go down, he's got a base with the broken shield parts, etc. I really loved the way this statue came out. It does have some switch outs, but I prefer to display it this way. And then down here, I paired him up with Hot Toys Endgame Captain America. I ended up really, I was really excited initially for this figure. It's not a bad figure by any means, but I think when I compare him to all the other Hot Toys that I have, he ended up being my least favorite. He's not bad by any means. He just got little things here and there that kind of dampened my excitement for him. But it looks cool there, standing next to him. Right here, we have the awesome Black Panther from the MCU version anyway, from Sideshow. This one is a new one that I think came out in December. If you saw my video, I had an issue where I needed to get a replacement. This is that replacement. Sideshow did great, sent me a whole new statue. The new statue has no issues whatsoever, and it looks awesome. I would highly recommend that statue, guys. Even if you don't like the Chadwick sculpt, the mask sculpt looks really well, and I actually think that that piece could make a good addition for anyone that's also looking for a comic version. I know this is the movie version, but in all honesty, I think this could fit in really well with the comic. And then, you know, for Captain America and Black Panther, I ended up adding comics behind them for their characters. Down here, I just got a hold of Hot Toys Hawkeye or Ronin from Endgame. Maybe I'll do a review on this guy. I was quite surprised. This is an awesome figure, and the suit's great. I really wish that whatever suit material they used in this guy should have been used for that cap, because I think it would have made it a better figure. So there's that. And then right here to the left, we have Iron Man. There's the Mark III. This is again from Sideshow. This has a light up. I don't have it connected, but I know the arc reactor, the hands, and then the Ironmonger base at the bottom has something that lights up. There's also a little proximity base that this came with. But I just had to have Mark III. Mark III was the first time that, I saw this guy in his classic red and gold suit, and that stand there, that pose, classic from comic book. I believe it was Adi Granoff who did the artwork. Really cool. And then to close it off, I had to pair him up with Mark 85, the last Iron Man suit that I saw in the MCU. I haven't done a review on this one, but it looks really nice, nice and hefty, especially the bottom. I believe a lot of the die-cast parts are in the bottom. This one also does have a light up, although I haven't used it quite yet. But again, I wanted to sort of have the first red and gold armor paired up with the last red and gold armor there. And just to give you guys an overview, that's what the collection at the top currently looks like. This Hawkeye will move. I do have a Hot Toys Black Panther on pre-order, and that's where he will go at some point. And then as we move on down here to the two cases at the bottom, we have what is my little Spider-Verse corner of the collection. There is a Sideshow statue for Spider-Man. This is pretty much comic Spider-Man. I love the way, this looks. Just the pose alone, that is, so Spider-Man. It's awesome. Back there, the Bodega Catsuit from Hot Toys. I did do a review on that one. Really cool figure. Had to have it added to the collection. And then down here on the front is Miles Morales. This is also from Sideshow as well. Again with the symbiote there, Venom. Really cool figure. I did not get the version with the unmasked head. I think by the time I decided to get this one, that masked head was sold out. And then down here, more Hot Toys. Here's the Cyborg suit Spider-Man that I had to get because I have a fondness for that character from the comic book, not from the movie. Not from the game, not from the PlayStation 4 game, but from the comic book. So I just needed to add him. And this guy here, the Advanced Suit Spider-Man from the PlayStation game. This was my first Hot Toy figure that I ever bought. It was also the one where I said I'm not getting any more Hot Toys, and then, well, you guys could see I ended up getting more Hot Toys. And then so that's my Spider-Man collection. And then we move on right here to the right, directly next to it is a lot of 1/10 scale Iron Studios pieces. These are mostly all from Endgame. We have Star-Lord. Looks really cool. Black Panther. The Falcon. We have Spider-Man there fighting the Outrider. The Professor Hulk, I guess I call him there, in that awesome pose. Doctor Strange. And we have Captain Marvel wearing her suit from Endgame leading the charge. And then these, the Wasp and the Ant-Man are not from the Endgame line. They're from their own movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I thought they'd fit in really well in there with that. Really cool. And then moving on here to the right, you'll see the only spot in my collection here on this side that it's not Marvel. If you're an 80s child, this will be very relatable. This is the Thundercats. All of these pieces are 1/10 scale from Iron Studios. Starting at the top, you have the evil guy, Mumra. I do have a couple of the other bad guys on pre-order. So hopefully those will be released some point this year to add to the collection. Down here we have the good guys. We have Lionel, the leader, with his Sword of Omen, Snarfer. He's standing there atop this base. We have Wily Cat. That's a light up base. The Lionel base is also lights up. Chitara, which to me came out really awesome. Panthro, Tigra. I think all of these together just look so great. Only issues with these is you have to be really careful with inserting the weapons because they're very hard to get in, and just be really careful not to break anything. Directly here to the right, back to Marvel, we have the Sideshow Captain Marvel statue. This is my first ever quarter scale statue, so I guess this was my gateway into the statue game. And this is the version that I have without the mask. Down here we have Hot Toys Captain Marvel with that alternate head, sort of in a flight mode. And then directly down here at the bottom, we have more Sideshow. Wolverine, awesome statue. At one point, I was planning on getting a bunch of quarter scale X-Men statues, but room and budget, this is the only X-Men statue that I have in this scale, but it's awesome statue nonetheless. It looks great. Down here, Iron Studios Captain America from Civil War. Really awesome. He comes with an Ant-Man. Just had to have this piece. I love the pose, love the way he looks. And then down here, more Iron Studios, 1/10 scale. You know, that famous scene from Endgame where he is sort of fighting his earlier version from 2012. Just added that there. Looks really cool. Here we just have empty space for more collectibles. And then directly right next to this one, while I try to get this open, is Hot Toys. So this is, again, going to be more space for when I get more Hot Toys. Down here we have the Endgame version of Thor. I was actually quite surprised that I like this figure so much. Initially I was like, kind of iffy. But when I got it in hand, he looks great. He's not that poseable, but I think he looks awesome. And then here on the left, my Hot Toys War Machine Mark IV. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, guys. That's the collection in this room. One last pan so you guys could see what this looks like on this side. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the room. We have Spider-Man hanging around. I guess be on the lookout for part 2. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Maybe watch one of my other videos. You know, maybe you'll give a like. But I just want to show this off. You know, again, I've gotten so many suggestions or things or ideas from the internet, from YouTube, from Reddit on doing different things. So I figure I'd share so you guys could see sort of what this looks like. Anyway, thank you so much if you made it to the end. Thank you so much for your very valuable time. And I will see you next time in the next video.